do is sort of make a pathway into the barn because they always have that. So let's just make a dirt pathway. I'm gonna need a bit more dirt. Okay, so now we just need this dirt to grow grass. And then the next thing we need to do is we need to sort of make pens. So I feel like the first 2 blocks will not have anything in them. This will just be a bit of free space for equipment and stuff. Then I feel like, how big would you guys say we should make the pens? I'm gonna say about this big. I might workshop it a little bit, but I'm sort of going towards the horse holding farm design. So now, if you've ever been with animals, you know that they tend to draw in a bit of mud. So we're also going to probably have to add in a bit of mud. Though, of course, sometimes they don't stomp on ground quite as often as others, so we can have a bit of dirt. And we just sort of want to make a mixture. Like this. I feel like this is quite appropriate for the vibe I'm going. Though we are gonna need fences. So right now we're mostly just going to be using them to sort of get an idea for the pens. I think that I messed this up already a bit, but that's okay. We can come back and redo it later. Though I don't... We might want to replace this with some normal dirt and... But maybe not. Maybe not. We'll see. We'll see. A lot of this is just experimenting for me. So, you know, I'm playing around with textures and I've never really done that. So let's just have a bit of fun. Well, we figure this out. And a bit of mud there. And then... Hold on. So when a fence post is placed, it makes the grass... No, it doesn't. So does that mean... Hold on. Experimenting time. Well, guess we're cutting down a tree. Nope, we can't. It was a good thought, though. Now I'm a bit sad. Oh well. Okay, I think I might turn some of this into hay, but maybe not. There's usually a bit of space between the animals. Sometimes mud will get in these corners. So, you know, it's alright to have a bit of mud. And these would probably just be plain dirt. But maybe a bit of coarse dirt. Okay, so now we're out of fences, but that's okay. Okay, so now we've got a bit of extra space, but only 1 block worth, so I'm not sure quite what to do about that. Maybe we'll just, I don't know. One space is not a lot. I'll figure something out. Okay, we do need more fences. A few more. So, we're also gonna need gates, so... But I feel like before we work on the gates, we should really make the walls. So, you know, we're gonna stay gateless for now. Okay, so sometimes hay can get dragged into these, so maybe we need a few hay spots, but I'm not sure. Though we do want to keep these as dirt, and you can't really do that as far as I know. So maybe it would be better to turn it into hay spots. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, so now I feel like it's probably time that we talk about my not so smart part of the plan. You see, barns usually have red wood that is painted red. Now we can't really do that, so we've got 2 blocks that we can use, and that's acacia red, and the one that I feel like would do better, mangrove red. But there's not exactly a mangrove forest 5 miles east. So that's a bit of a problem. Now we could wait and hope that a wandering trader eventually shows up. There are some emeralds lying around that we can mine and use to trade. But do I really want to do that? The answer is no, not even slightly. But I might have to. So, with that said, I think that I'm just going to use red wool and acacia for now. Maybe I could use some concrete, but I also don't believe that I have what's necessary for that. I guess I do, so maybe I'll use some concrete. I don't know. I'm wondering what you guys think of that. But for now, we just aren't gonna play around and think too hard on that. We've got a bit of the inside done. We don't need to worry about the outside yet, do we? Okay, so with that said, I do have some red sheep for in case. Getting their wool is a bit of a challenge. However, when the barn's ready, I'm probably going to move a lot of the sheep there. Though with that said, we can do a bit more of the barn and just wait for later before we actually quote unquote do the outside. We can use different blocks for now because I've got some plans for the inside and it might be easier to just go ahead and do those. I don't know. Maybe? I'll think about it for a bit. Though with that said, if we do use red roll again, I plan on grading it like how I did with this stuff. So I'll probably use the red roll more of near the top. You know what I mean? Okay, so I think it probably is better just to get the shape. For now, we are gonna use the acacia wood for just in case. Though, speaking of which, there is another thing that we could try, and that's stripping it. But I'm not sure that that is quite giving us what we want. Though, if we have four, then we could do this. I still feel like it's not what we want, but we can use these for gradient for now. I don't know. Thoughts, guys? Though I feel like that would require most of... Hello? Give me a moment. I'll be with you in a second. Do I have any food? Chicken, that's good. Oh, and flint and steel. Not that I intend to eat it. Do you guys like flint and steel? I like flint and steel. I'm also going to stand over here. Okay, I got a feeling that they did not like that. Not one bit. I was sure you guys would be fond of the fire. Actually, I'm gonna lead you guys up here. Because I don't want to deal with another forest fire. Oh, you guys killed one of your own friends. What did he do? Was he a lousy shot or something? Coolio, come on. Over here we go. Come on. Gosh dang it. That's not at all doing what I want. So we're gonna weave and dodge. Eat chicken. Okay. We're gonna continue hopping around. We're going to give ourselves a moment to regenerate some of the health we've lost. And he's going to be mean like that. Okay. Coolio. So once I'm done dealing with this small problem, we'll think a bit more on this. That's that, I suppose. Yeah. Anyways, I do think I'm going to be building the farm. And I'll probably change it later, but I might not. I might just leave it be. But of course, before I start making these decisions, we need to gather the materials. This is gonna take a bit. I think we've got what we need. So I guess it's about again. Oh, well. I feel like getting this weird stuff is easy enough. So I think it's about time we sort of work on building this barn. So I'll see you once I'm done with the interior. Bye.